Okay, hello guys, what is happening? Happy Sunday afternoon and welcome to the Sunday Fun Day discussion live stream. Let me check real quick here and make sure that we have indeed gone live. Looks like our stream health is good. We are, yes, indeed, we are live. So let me get that closed. Let me make sure I've got the volume on the TV turned down. Let me open up a window on the phone so I can keep an eye on the quality of the stream and chat with any of you guys who are showing up in the chat. Oh, let me get that turned down so I don't get that reverb in. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to slide down the VR goggles. I'm going to pick up my controls. I'm going to get standard, readjust, and we are ready for liftoff. Actually, let me move the ottoman there so that I have a nice big play space to play in. And there we go. Okay, now we're ready to go. So welcome back. We are playing some more Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, but the purpose of today's stream is more to kind of have a discussion about the state of VR and specifically one of the big cancers in the VR community that I have experienced, and that is some good old-fashioned, let me reset my view real quick, some good old-fashioned VR elitism, and is it detrimental or is it killing virtual reality? So, okay, there we go. So we're gonna definitely get into that discussion, but first let's kind of get our bearings. Let's see what it is that we want to do, where we want to go. Okay. Okay, so I think I want actually to keep the shotgun. Let me recycle some of my stuff here before we take off and hit the road and go back out into the land of zombies. Okay, so I've got a completely empty backpack. And I want to make clear, guys, I kind of wish, in retrospect, that I would have chosen the female voice because of the cough. Every time you hear a cough like that, that is not me. I am not sick. That is the in-game character, but when I was looking at the quality of the stream from last time, I noticed that, when the character coughed, okay, got Lucille. When the character cough, I'm like, wow, you really can't tell, or it's kind of hard to tell if that's, my character in the video game coughing, or if that is me coughing. So a quick side note, guys, oh my goodness, that is really annoying. I did make some changes. I took it down from 120 hertz to 90 hertz, and things do look a little bit better, a little bit more crisp and clear. It's I think it's a little bit better this way. The 90 hertz, I'm still not getting any motion sickness. It's still perfectly playable this way. But the graphics just look a little bit more sharp. And as to why I chose Saints and Sinners for the discussion today, one, it's just a really fun game, and that's kind of the game that we're in the middle of playing. And two, the other reason is I think this is just a really good example of a VR game doing it right. Like I said, this game is cross-buy, so you buy a copy for the PC or your Oculus Quest in the Oculus store, and you get both versions of it. You get the Oculus Quest 2 version and the PC version. And I was playing around with the Oculus Quest 2, the standalone version, earlier today. Reason why I didn't stream, it's still kind of a pain to stream Oculus Quest 2 standalone games. But yes, the graphics are toned down, but the game is just as fun. I was having just as much fun playing with the Oculus Quest 2 version as I was with the PC version. So that being said, let's head on out to our. I need to do something about my maximum health here. And let's see here. Well, Oh, NutriStew. Oh boy, this is going to be tough. Okay, so I think today, especially since we're going to be having a discussion, my main focus is not going to be on trying to really continue the story as much as we are just going to be doing a scavenger run because I want to spend more of my focus talking about VR elitism. And what is VR elitism? So hang on, let me see. Let's see. Okay, so I think I want to go, we're at the resting place right now. I think I want to go back to the shallows and see if there are any more supplies that I can pick up there. So we're heading back to the same place that we were in last playthrough. We've already completed all of the primary quest objectives there. Today, really what we're looking at, or what we're doing is we're just going to see if we can scavenge some more items. So we're just going to, everything that we come across, we're just going to throw in our backpack. We're going to go until our backpack is full, then we're going to head back to the resting place and recycle our items. That way maybe we can start to make some more stuff. So we're going to pick up that shoe. So we're going to make our way over to the blue house. I think the blue house is the only place that we can go inside of. So we're just going to make our way back to the blue house and oh, hey there, buddy. Oh, you're just gonna walk right on by. Okay. So, about the discussion that we're gonna have today. So, is VR elitism killing VR, and what is VR elitism? So first, I want to make a distinction that the, I guess, people that I'm calling out here aren't VR enthusiasts. I want to make a clear distinction between someone who has an elitist attitude and someone who is just a VR enthusiast. So people who I would consider VR enthusiasts, people like, oh man. Oh, there we go. People like Cass and Chair VR, MRTV, the German dude, people who get really excited about the, expensive, high-end VR equipment like the Varjo 3 or the Valve Index, which after, a year and a half, 2 years? I think we're going on 2 years of the Valve Index. It's still a $1,000 headset that requires a high-end PC to run. That is just out of reach for a lot of people. That is just out of reach for a lot of people. And I have nothing wrong with people that get excited about that kind of high-end equipment. I am a VR enthusiast. I built my gaming PC sort of around being able to run high-end VR games at high graphical settings. I've got... Oh. The combat in this game is just so super satisfying and fun to pull off. And guys, it only gets better. If you guys just watched that first live stream, the beginning of the game, yeah, it is kind of basic and easy, but trust me, this game does get more difficult and more complex as the game goes on, like all games. So, what is a VR elitist? Oh shit! Ooh, oh, that got my hairs to stand on my head. So the VR elitists are the people who feel like it should be high-end or nothing. The people who say things like the Oculus Quest 2 is ruining VR, that the VR market should be totally focused towards people who buy into these incredibly expensive systems, and that the VR market should be catered to the people who are buying $1,000 VR headsets, or the Varjo 3 is a $3,000 or $3,500 VR headset. Plus, you have to pay, I think it's like $800 a year or something to keep it running. Who has that kind of... Actually, I'm going to push you back. And we're going to use Lucille. Oh! There we go. There we go. I went to all that trouble getting Lucille the other day, and I have not been using her. Okay. Although I think the next zombie that we kill, we're gonna... There we go. We're gonna shank him. Come on, come on. Oh! There we go. Yeah, and these things don't have durability worth poop. And... Okay. Sorry, guys. It kind of takes me a little bit to get warmed up to talk about. Ooh, yeah, see, you gotta really... Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit! Oh, no! No, 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 no! Just see how fun this game is. You know, you think it's easy just walking around, and then you get totally overwhelmed like that. You run out of stamina. You know, I couldn't raise my gun to aim. I had, you know, that guy coming up behind me. This game is just so much fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so I got to go back and retrieve my backpack so that I don't lose all of those items I had picked up. Luckily, you know, I'm not on a quest, so really I wouldn't be losing anything too terribly valuable, except all my weapons. All my weapons are gone. Okay. But one of the things that I see in, you know, like the VR chat rooms, like some of the VR discords, some of the people that... Who are you? You know what? I'm going to go get my backpack. I'll come back and talk to you later. Are people that kind of have this attitude like they don't even think that like the Oculus Quest should exist, or you know, they'll say things like, "Oh shit, I should have." Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, I'm almost out of stamina. Run! Shit! Come on, run. Oh no, oh no, oh this is bad, this is bad. I'm gonna be so pissed if I lose. Oh, get off me! Okay, there we go. Okay, let me kind of shove them off. Okay, if I can just make it where I can climb up this window, I'll be good. Okay, there we go. Woo! That was intense. Holy cow, guys. Mamma mia. And up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm in a little bit better shape now. And I want to be careful chugging the cola. The cola does, or the sodas that you find do restore your max stamina, but they decrease your max health. Okay, and like I said, guys, we're just kind of gathering some supplies to Scaldage here. So let me look in on the chat real quick. No one's saying anything in the chat yet. But you know, and people think this for a variety of reasons, and we're going to kind of tackle them one by one. We're going to start with some of the lower hanging fruit first. You know, like I get that there is the big, you know, Facebook. See, things changed. This wasn't here last time. So let's see. Do I have anything that I can kind of chuck at it? Yeah, there we go. Let's see, can I... Oh, well, that... I bonered that up real nice. Let's see, maybe the headphones I can... Nope. Well, shooty shoot. Okay, so it looks like I'm not going to be going downstairs anytime soon. Oh, boy, I might have gotten myself into a patch of trouble there. But first, you know, there are the people who just feel like lower end VR specs, and you see this in you know, I kind of think in the gaming community writ large. You know, the people who say that consoles are holding PC graphics back, or, you know, in the VR community, it's, you know, well, we would be getting, you know, higher end, high quality experiences if it weren't for the Oculus Quest 2 dumbing down the graphics, and the Oculus Quest 2 is killing PC VR. Is something that I see, you know, quite a bit. And really, the Oculus Quest 2, first of all, has kind of reignited my passion for high-end PSVR or PC VR gaming, because, you know, my room isn't cluttered with a bunch of cables. You know, I get a perfectly wireless experience, which makes you know, moving around in my environment a lot easier. It makes workout games a lot easier. And guys, I can tell you right now, playing through the Airlink at 90 hertz, the quality is just fantastic. Okay, I really need stuff that I can make. That I can get back. Oh man, I'm gonna spoon him. We're gonna spoon. Oh, there we go. That means we're basically, you know, married. We spooned. Oh, okay. So now it's time to be picky and choosy. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. I think we're gonna get rid of the wine bottle. We're gonna get rid of some of these bottles. We're gonna get rid of this janky spoon. Get rid of that. Let's see. I don't need all these cigarettes. Let's get rid of the spoon. Okay, so there we go. Although the spoon could be broken down into some decent weapons. There we go. Okay, so I got Lucille on my back. Alrighty. Ooh, man! This bat is just really effective. And this can be used as a weapon. But we won't. Okay. So I think we've done good getting our items. Oh no! Hey there, buddy. But yeah. So you get a lot of people saying that because the Quest 2 is, oh, I really needed that. The tuna, or the rotten tuna, I think can be broken down into something you can make like food that is actually edible. Okay, so I think we have gotten. Gee whiz! Oh, mamacita, that freaked the freak out of me. Gee willikers. Whoo! Hoo-hoo! Okay, so, let's... Oh, really? Oh man, I've got some good stuff in my backpack. Okay, at least I've got a weapon, so I'm not that bad off. But I think that people that have that mentality, not only are they wrong, like I don't think the Oculus that game designers or game companies, publishers, the people that are funding these things aren't aren't choosing to make high-end PC games because the Oculus Quest 2 exists. It's because there just isn't a huge market of people that have, $2,000, $3,000, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 to spend on a gaming PC and $1,000 to spend on a high-end VR headset. Oh, there we go. And I, as a VR enthusiast myself, I think that anything that makes VR more affordable and can get VR into the hands of more people and that can let more people experience VR is, at the end of the day, a net good. And the Oculus Quest 2 releasing at a $300 price point, $299, certainly does a lot more good for VR overall. Then, oh man, okay, I got to do it. Even though I'm going to lose some health, I need that increased stamina. There we go. Anyway, like I was saying, I think that a VR headset that is actually affordable does more to further the VR medium than a $1,000 Valve Index will. The $1,000 Valve Index is great for the enthusiast community that has that kind of disposable income, but it doesn't do people who, have a life that they have to budget around. People that has kids, a family to support. People who are younger and are, working, they're just starting out jobs. That's not what is going to make VR grow and help to get VR in or bring VR into the mainstream. And I think it's kind of a shitty, overall a shitty attitude to, say, well, I can afford a expensive $1,000 headset and expensive PC. Okay, gotta let my stamina kind of build back up here, and we certainly are getting late in the day. So let's see if I can get this guy to come after me without drawing. Because this, right now, Lucille... Ooh, and you can see how nice and bloody she's getting. Okay, there we go. This is the only weapon that I have right now until I get my stuff back. Okay, there we go. There's my bag. Okay, so now... now I've got, I think, my pistol... should be somewhere... Oh, what happened to my pistol? Oh no. No? No. Well, that's not good. Oh, hey, what's up there, buddy? Ugh. Okay, there we go. So let me just kind of finish. Oh, sweet, some bandages. There we go. And I will take that. I definitely want the tuna because I need to. I need something that will refill my max health. And I am full up again. Okay, what do I want to get rid of? Let's see, I think I want to get rid of that padlock. Man, okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of the cigarettes. Let's get rid of... Oop. Let's get rid of the shoe. Okay, there we go. So, all right, the razor blades. That can probably be turned into something good, and I think... Okay, now we're full. Okay, so I think now we're just going to head back to the skiv and head back. But basically, I'm just really annoyed at this attitude of, well, I've got the money, I've got the disposable income to, you know, spend thousands of dollars on a VR head setup. So I don't think that affordable options. Oh man. Oh, Negan's. Oh, nice. You get an achievement for using Lucille. Okay, so I think it's time to head back to the skiv and go recycle our items here. Don't want to use up all of my stamina, especially since apparently I lost my revolver. That kind of sucks. Okay, I don't see any zombies between here and the skiv, so I think we are safe to go and run back to the skiv. Okay, there we go. You know, I just think that that's kind of a crummy attitude to have, and using the auspices of, well, because the Oculus Quest 2 is so popular, we're getting dumbed down experiences. We're not getting those full AAA titles that we would be getting if, you know, everything was more focused on PC VR. And again, that's bullshit. If you didn't have options like the Oculus Quest 2, you just wouldn't get any, you know, game companies, game designers, publishers wouldn't be able to afford to develop VR games in general, and VR would just kind of die on the vine. It's not, you know, a question of you know, oh, the Quest 2 exists, therefore we're just going to give up on developing for PC VR. It's, oh, hey, the Quest 2 is something that people can actually afford to get into their hands. So, you know, here is where a market for designing games and apps is. You know, I think that having this kind of affordable VR technology is definitely a net good and for VR. And like I said, I just think that it's a shitty elitist attitude that, you know, oh, well, if you can't afford to have high-end VR, then you just don't get to have, you know, VR at all. You know, that's such a bullshit attitude, you know, a bullshit attitude to have. You know, if I can't have it my way, then no one gets to have it, is sort of what I'm hearing with that attitude there. I think the thing that is going to be the best for high-end PC VR games is console VR. If the release of the PlayStation 2, because it's going to give a market, a bigger market, or what is presumably going to be a bigger market, that has higher-end spec hardware to develop for. And, you know, if people develop something, you know, high-end AAA game for the PlayStation, as long as it's not an exclusive, you know, surely it's going to come to Steam or to, you know, other PC platforms. And yes, you're going to be able to crank up those graphic sliders a little bit higher, you know, if you've got the hardware to run it. So, no, I do not think that the Oculus Quest 2 is holding VR back in that capacity. The other thing that I see, and this is sort of, you know, the one where it gets into a little bit more of a gray area, is people really, really hate Facebook. And, you know, this is certainly one of those areas... Whoops. Listening, okay. You know, this is certainly one of those areas that I think is a little bit more of a gray area. You know, I think that people have some legitimate gripes against the way that FB, I don't want to say it because I've got that voice recognition thing on my Quest 2 turned on. You know, the way that they use data, the way that they share data. But at the same time, I do think that, you know, it really is in more of a gray area than I think people think. I don't totally hate Facebook. Facebook, or I don't think that they're as evil as some people kind of make them. Oh, a turkey steak. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to recycle everything here. And hope that I can, make something that will increase my health. I may have screwed myself here. Oh, okay, so that is a special item. What's the durability? Yeah, we can craft, I think, better stuff. There we go. Okay, so now I should have some more crafting supplies to make stuff with. But before and I think this was always going to be a little bit of a quicker stream, but I just kind of want to address the Facebook of it all. And why I don't totally hate the Facebook business model, and why I think that there is some merit to the way that, Facebook approaches funding their VR headsets and their VR games and their social media platform in general. First, as far as data collection, okay, here we go, NutraStew. We definitely want to, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So, okay. Okay, so, man, my mechs, how do I, I need medicine. Gosh darn it. Holy cow, where do I find I guess I'm gonna have to go to a different place to find some stuff to food restores max stamina, but bad food will lower your max health. Medicine, okay, so I need medicine. And I can't craft medicine yet. Let's see, are there any guns that I can craft? I do want to craft that revolver, since I've got the supplies to craft it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Bullets. Okay. I guess I should have done a main mission there, because I'm running low on supplies. But let me kind of sit down. There we go. Reset the view and just kind of take things more casually before I put my character to sleep and before I end this stream, and we come back tonight for something that's a little bit more of a of an actual fun stream. I wanted to write out notes about things that I wanted to say a little bit, but it's hard to read notes when you have a set of VR goggles strapped to your face. Okay, so I can upgrade that. Oh, I can upgrade this, so let's go ahead and upgrade you. There we go. Okay, custom footwear, different kind of bat. Okay, so I've got some cool stuff that I can craft in the future. So yeah, Facebook's sort of just general business model, I think a lot of people have a problem with. And I do think that there are some issues with it, but I don't have, I think, nearly the same amount of issues that some people do. Like, one of the first things that people point out is that the Oculus Quest 2 doesn't actually cost $300. That they're selling the headset at a loss to beat out the competition, and if you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. And my attitude towards that is kind of, well, what's the alternative? And I think we get a good indication of what that alternative is with the HTC standalone headset that was just released. I can't remember what it's called, the HTC something 3 or whatever it is, that released for $1,300. It is not marketing itself as sort of a personal headset in the same way that Oculus is marketing the Quest as, or as a consumer headset. It is marketing itself as more of a business or an enterprise headset. But I think that kind of gives an indication, without Facebook doing what they are doing to subsidize the cost of the Oculus Quest 2 headset, that we would be paying more in the realm of $600-700 or upwards of $1,000 for the kind of technology that we have in the Oculus Quest 2. It certainly wouldn't be, $300 and $400 depending on the model that you choose with the storage. So, I'm kind of okay with having something that is ad funded, or something that utilizes, some of my spending data, if it means that more people are able to afford the technology in the first place. Because I am a big proponent of VR. I think that VR, is a great method of entertainment. It's also a great way, a great form for other type of experiences. A couple of weekends ago, I spent a day not gaming in VR, but looking at some of the other, interactive experiences. The VR documentary, We Live Here, where it kind of places you inside of a homeless encampment, was, it was, there's no other way to describe it. It was just really, kind of a chilling experience. And I think it's something that, to put yourself in the shoes of a homeless person living in a tent in a park in LA, it really kind of, gave me a lot to think about. I can't afford to take a whole lot of time off work, or, to, go on exotic vacations, but I can strap on my VR headset and I can, at least get some facsimile of an experience of, going to France, or going, standing at the summit of Mount Everest, experiences that are just out of reach. For a lot of people, VR, helps them to have. So I do think that, getting VR in the hands of more people is a net good thing. And I think that we, especially after the year of COVID-19, where a lot of people lost their jobs, lost their incomes, got months and months behind on their rent or behind on their other bills, having thousands of dollars to buy expensive high-end VR headsets just isn't in the equation for them. So I think that it's a good thing that companies like Facebook are making the technology more accessible. And I think something that especially people in like the younger generation, the post-TV generation, don't understand is entertainment used to be primarily advertised or ad funded. AMC's The Breaking Bad, AMC's The Walking Dead had advertisements. They were funded by advertising, and yet they still managed to be, incredible works of art. In particular, Breaking Bad is, considered one of the greatest TV shows of all time, had advertisements. That show would not have been possible without ad funding, especially at the time that it was made. So I think this catastrophizing about VR having some kind of ad implementation to subsidize its cost, is a little bullshit, because we have had ad funded. Let's kind of explore around our little cemetery before we call it a night, before we take our shot of whiskey, and make our dude pass out. And people threw such a fit about it when I think it was version 30. When they tried to enable ads, people threw such a fit about it before they even saw one single application or one single game have an ad. They didn't even they don't even know how the ads were going to be implemented. And people threw such a fit about it. But because VR is still niche, it is more on, that cusp teetering into the mainstream. But because, VR still is such a smaller market than, something like traditional AAA, gaming is. Ooh, I can recycle that. Because it still is such a niche, it does require some subsidization from somewhere. I do, kind of, one of the big negatives with Facebook that I definitely do kind of agree with is that it is connected to your Facebook account, and if you do get permanently banned from Facebook, then you cannot use your Oculus Quest 2 at all. If you buy an Oculus Quest 2 and you spend, hundreds of dollars in the store buying games and your Facebook account gets banned, then you lose all of that stuff permanently. You don't have any recourse to use that. You can't even use your Quest 2 if your Facebook account gets banned as a standalone PC VR headset if your Facebook account gets banned. It just won't have any functionality at all. And I think that needs to be addressed, and that needs to be, somehow changed or somehow fixed. People talk about how Facebook is evil, that they've destroyed society, that Facebook has made us, a meaner society. And I, kind of both agree and disagree with that sentiment. And I don't think that there are any easy answers on how to solve that problem. And I think that the complaints that people have against Facebook are sort of contradictory. On one hand, people say that Facebook is used to disseminate misinformation and hate speech, and that Facebook didn't do enough to stop the spread of misinformation. But on the other hand, when they do things like ban people who use violent hate speech, when they fact check articles that are spreading misinformation, when they do things to try and combat that, then people complain that they're being fascist and they're contributing in cancel culture and that sort of thing. So how do you square those two holes? What's the right answer? Should Facebook be more proactive in going after people who use racial slurs and hate speech and violent speech and who disseminate false information? Or if they are proactive about it, are they being a fascist, dictator-style company that is harming free speech? What's the right answer? And I think the answer, as we stand right now, is there is no great answer. Obviously, if you use, like the extreme answers, if someone is going on to a social media platform and they're using a barrage of racial slurs and hate speech and, things like denying the Holocaust and that sort of stuff, those are the things that we can look at and we can say, okay, obviously that's bad. Obviously, Facebook needs to do something to counteract that. If it's fact-checking the articles, if it's removing those articles, if it's banning people who just won't stop using racial slurs, homophobic slurs, those kind of things. But what about when it gets not so obvious? What if, someone is supporting a political candidate or a political idea, that is a little bit controversial or that people don't like? What's the answer there? And my answer is, I don't know. What is the dividing line between cancel culture and accountability culture? I do think that sometimes, we've gone a little bit too far with canceling people, or ostracizing people for having opinions that we don't like. But at the same time, we have to understand that freedom of speech, just freedom overall, does not mean freedom from consequences. If I run into Fred Meyer's or Target or Walmart and I start screaming racial slurs at the top of my lungs, yes, as an American, I have the freedom to do that. But I also have to realize that I am not free from the consequences of that. If I go into, like I said, if I go into Target and I start screaming the N-word, I will get kicked out. I will face consequences for those actions. Freedom does not mean freedom from consequences. But at the same time, what are the appropriate consequences for various actions? If I'm being just a general asshole and I'm misgendering people on a social media platform and I'm doing it intentionally, I'm doing it to hurt people, I hopefully we can all agree that that's probably not a great thing to do, that just going around being an asshole in general, not really great. And we have to realize that Facebook, Google, these are not, they both are public and private spaces. These are companies that can set their own rules. Twitter, these are companies that can set their own rules of conduct, and we have to abide by them. Just like, if a Jehovah's Witness comes to my door, I have, it is perfectly within my right to slam the door in their face. I don't have to invite them into my house and listen to what they have to say. If I have a business, it's a little bit different. I can't, discriminate based on race, sex, sexual orientation, that kind of thing. But there are certain rules that I can impose on, what kind of things I find appropriate to happen inside of my place of business. If I have a business that's more oriented towards kids, I can limit the use of adult language, or if I want to open a more adult facility like a bar or, something like a strip club, then I can allow people to use, more grown-up language, or allow, nudity to take place in that side of establishment. So these things are not clear-cut. There is no good clear-cut answers to some of these dilemmas that people have with these big social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Google. YouTube is owned by Google, but that's a pretty big platform. Where do you draw the line? What's the gray area? Kind of, back to my misgendering example. If I'm doing it intentionally, I'm doing it as an asshole. Maybe I should face some kind of ill consequence, especially if I'm doing that in a public place. But if I accidentally misgender someone, then what should the consequences be there? Should I be permanently ostracized? Should I be permanently banned for making a mistake, an honest mistake? And where do you draw the line between, an intentional transgression and an honest-to-goodness accidental transgression? Sometimes, the answer seems obvious. Sometimes the answer is not so obvious. And how this relates back to elitism in VR is, I think that some of the hatred that's lobbed towards Oculus and Facebook Reality Labs, I think that some of it comes from a attitude of elitism, plain and simple. It's that if I can't have something the way that I want it, then no one else should be able to have that either. And like I said, you see this in the gaming community a lot. don't like high-end PC, hardware and high-end VR experiences because you're just too poor. We have this idea that if you are not wealthy enough to afford these things, that you were somehow less than, that you've done something wrong. And that's just, again, I think a really shitty attitude to have. And I am glad that companies like Facebook exist that are able to provide affordable alternatives for people that don't have thousands of dollars to spend on what is essentially a toy. Because I've been on both sides of the fences when VR was first released. I certainly couldn't afford any of the hardware to run an Oculus Rift or an HTC Vive, much less affording the headsets themselves. If I would have had access. Oh, look at that! Hey, it's the dude who hung up my buddy. I can't stand people who have that mentality, that just because you can't afford a high-end something, that the low-end market just should not exist. And in all fairness to Facebook, I do not view the Oculus Quest 2 as a low-end or second-class device. The resolution is great. There is almost no screen door effect. It is very minimalized. Being able to, the pixel density is tight enough, that I don't see the individual pixels. It's got a great refresh rate. I can run PC games up to 120 hertz. That is for $300. That is incredible. Was unthinkable, just a couple of years ago, to see how far we have advanced. And I think one of the things that endears me to Facebook products and to Mark Zuckerberg in particular, and yes, I am well aware that multi-million or billion-dollar companies don't need people like me to come to their defense. But I just, kind of want to qualify why I support these companies, why I support Facebook in particular, is because VR is still, or particularly at the time that the Oculus Quest 2 was released, it was still such a niche. Ooh, yes, please. Thank you. Oh, me like it. Okay, let me switch hands here. Let's see. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. My aim could certainly be better. Ooh, way off the mark there. Okay, a little bit too high. Okay, so yeah, so this is definitely something that I'm gonna have to play around with and kind of get better at. Let me try one more time. Oh, and it broke. Okay. Well, that was cool. Okay, so that'll be good for doing some stealth silent kills later on down the road. But anyway, as I was saying, I think that, it's telling that there hasn't been any other competitors. Facebook is not the richest company that competes in the tech space or in the gaming market. Valve has very deep pockets. And, where's Valve's answer to the Oculus Quest 2? They're still primarily selling, or they're still only selling the Valve Index at $1,000. And like I said, 2 years later, and it has not come down at all in price. I think that it doesn't just require a company with deep pockets. It requires someone who is a company that is excited about the tech, that has an enthusiasm for VR. And I think that Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook has proven that they have, not just a monetary excitement about VR and what VR can do, but they have an enthusiasm for the technology itself. The same kind of enthusiasm that I have. They just have the money to make it a reality. And again, look at what HTC did. They released a standalone headset at $1,300. And they didn't even bother to make a consumer headset at all. They made it an enterprise headset. Facebook right now is really the only company that has the enthusiasm to bring VR to a consumer market. And yes, I would love to see competition for Oculus. I think that competition is good. I think, that's why I'm so excited about the next generation of the PlayStation VR market. I think that competition is going to be good, but it's really hard for me to hate on Facebook, because they really do seem to have that genuine enthusiasm for virtual reality, and they seem to really have a genuine focus and a genuine interest in making it affordable, not just for consumers with deep pockets, but for the average consumer as well. I'm sorry, but I think that's something that does need to be applauded in these early days of VR. I think the reason why VR has advanced in the leaps and bounds that it has advanced in the 5 or 6 years that it's been on the market, the 5 year, not even, the 4 or 5 years that it's been on the marketplace, is almost solely because of Facebook and PlayStation to another extent. And I think that the PSVR without parole guys, sort of taking up the banner and giving it some good visibility, are also, deserves some credit there. But without Facebook, we certainly, wouldn't have the technology that we have. We wouldn't have the market that we have for virtual reality. And I don't think that Facebook is the root of all evil that people make it out to be. I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg certainly is not the most evil of the big tech CEOs. I think that that Jeff Bezos certainly is more deserving of the title of, evil tech dickhead, someone who spends, millions and millions of dollars to ride a fucking penis into the atmosphere and then have the goal to say, oh, my Amazon employees, paid for this trip. Yeah, they paid for it by, working in some cases, under conditions where they have to urinate in bottles, working in less than ideal conditions in the Amazon warehouses, working for, a non-livable wage. Those are the things that subsidized Bezos's trip into the atmosphere on his giant flying penis. Facebook seems to be more concerned with spending its money and spending its profits on doing things like bringing the Oculus Quest 2 to market and subsidizing it, with their deep pockets. What is Jeff Bezos using their deep pockets to subsidize? These vanity trips to outer space. I'm not saying that Mark Zuckerberg and that Facebook is a perfect company, but I don't think that they're, if we're talking about evil tech companies, I don't think they're on the same level as like a Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. Like I said, they're not perfect, but they're also not the most evil or shitty either. And some of the problems that people have with Zuckerberg and Facebook. You know, I'm not saying that they're not problems. I'm saying that they're problems that don't have easy, tidy answers, and that they are problems that, you know, exist in a more gray space than what you think. And with that, I have been rambling on for long enough. I am going to be coming back with an actual fun stream later tonight where we're going to, you know, be more focused on playing a game than we are on me sort of ranting about, you know, this particular aspect of VR. So with that, let me take my sleep juice. And we're going to call it a day. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys have not already subscribed to my channel, like this video, subscribe to my channel. And again, thank you so much for showing up. And let me know what you guys think, whether you're watching this live or watching the recording of this. Do you guys think that I'm totally off base? Do you guys think that Facebook is evil? Do you guys think that Oculus is ruining the VR market? Really curious to know what you guys think. With that, Mutant Fox